Once again, tomorrow's press conference is at 11 a.m. We'll have Syracuse at 1:10, Tennessee. Format will be coach and student athletes on the dais the first 15 minutes. Student athletes will be excused. The coach will remain for an additional 15 minutes. Ohio State is on their way. Their locker room is now open. We're joined on the dais by The Ohio State University head coach Kevin McGuff and student athletes Amaris Alston and Kelsey Mitchell. Once again, we'll start with an opening statement from Coach, followed by questions for the student athletes. Coach?
Credit Tennessee. I thought they played outstanding tonight. They were very good. They're playing, terrific basketball right now. Proud of the effort that we put forth, even though we came up on the short end, and proud of the season that we had, especially proud of our seniors. Amaris, Kalpana, and Kate, who couldn't be, in the game tonight. But, we've made a lot of progress since we showed up here, and certainly they've been a big reason why. So, but once again, credit Tennessee. They were the better team tonight. They deserve to win the game. Just proud of what we've accomplished this year. Wish we could still be playing, but it's just tough. Anytime it ends, it's really hard. So,
questions for the student athletes. We'll bring a microphone to you. Let's start here on the right in the front row. Name and affiliation, and then we'll go on the left.
For both of you, Jim Massey, Columbus Dispatch. Just for both of you, their size was kind of immense, it seemed to me, but how hard was it dealing with their size and keeping them off the boards throughout the game?
They were a very tall team, from the guards all the way down to the post. And with that, we just needed to make it a more physical game, getting the body on those bigs, because they were so long.
they were able to alter a lot of things that we do defensively and offensively. Long arms, a lot of athletic players. So it was one of those things where, like Em said, you got to get a body on them, try to box them out as much as possible.
Down in front here on the left.
John Adams, Knoxville News Sentinel. Kelsey, did Tennessee do anything different in its zone than the zones you've seen all season?
It's pretty much the same. Try to get the ball, swing the ball in as fast as possible, get the ball inside as much as possible. But it was the same.
Let's take one in the front again.
And where do you see this program right now? Can you tell me where you think this program has gone, and based on what you guys accomplished this year?
I mean, I'm just so proud of our team and, you know, this program. You know, we've struggled in the past years, you know, when I first got here, and Coach McGuff coming in and, you know, built a new atmosphere. And, I mean, I think we have, you know, a lot of potential. And I think, you know, even next season, they're going to set the bar high and looking to get right back here and further.
Let's take another one in the front.
Just, Kelsey, how hard was it to get the pace that you wanted in this game? Did you think you ever got the pace you wanted in this game?
I think the pace was there. It was just one of those things where our shots didn't fall. And credit to Tennessee because they got the ball inside, and they did a lot of things to alter how we wanted to get the ball out and how we wanted to get our pace going.
Other questions for the student athletes? Anything else? Okay, ladies, thank you very much for your time. We'll go ahead and excuse you back to the locker room.
Thank you.
The Tennessee locker room is open as well, and with that, we'll also continue with questions for Coach McGuff. Let's take her on the left first.
John Adams, Knoxville News Sentinel. Kevin, did you think the ease with which Tennessee scored early going inside maybe affected the confidence of your team a little bit early on?
I think it definitely did. You know, they got off to such a great start and really established themselves around the basket, and it kind of shook us a little bit. And the other thing is, you know, we just didn't get, along with that, to take a step further, we didn't get enough stops or rebounds or steals to get ourselves in transition and kind of get the game the way we wanted it. And a lot of that had to do, they were just scoring so much.
Question here on the right.
That's kind of where I was going, but I mean, when you look at the 53 to 26 on the boards, and again, were your kids? Is this maybe the biggest team you faced this year and the hardest to deal with?
But like the thing about, not only are they big, they're good. Like so, like you know, they can throw the ball inside, and we played some other people that throw it inside, but they don't necessarily finish or score as well. But you know, Tennessee's got good players they throw it to, and their size and strength around the basket certainly altered the game. And I think that was, you know, ultimately the difference.
We have a question on the far back left.
Yeah, Kevin, Eric Olson with the Associated Press. Just ultimately, I mean, how big of a factor just being short of bodies, do you think?
You know, it's hard, but like I said, it's no excuse because Tennessee was great tonight. And I think that was the story. Tennessee played a great game, and our kids certainly, it wasn't because they didn't want to, but we were a little bit off. Didn't play our best game, but like I said, a lot of that had to do with Tennessee playing so well. And so I give them credit. And, you know, we've had some tough injuries, but that's part of the game. And, you know, we came up on the short end of the stick tonight.
Question in front? Yeah, we'll take one right here.
Where do you think you guys are really right now, though, in terms of going home? Do you let them away from the gym for a while, but do you get right back in and start working toward next year?
Well, you know, like I said, I'm proud of the progress we've made since we've been here, and I think we've done it the right way. We've got a lot of good young players in the program still, and a lot of people coming. We made a step this year getting to the second weekend, and I think we learned some things from last year. Now, the biggest thing we got to learn from what happened this year, and we need to have a great off season. You know, we'll give them a little bit of time here because we've played a lot of people a lot of minutes, and they need some rest right now. But then we'll get back in the gym quickly and make sure we continue to improve and get better. And you know, I think the future is extremely bright. But you know, we got to keep working, keep fighting, scratching, clawing to get better as a program.
We've got a question in the third row, and then John will get to you.
Mick Geary, Argus Leader, Sioux Falls. Kevin, impressions, this is the first time that this community has hosted an event like this year. Impressions of your visit here?
I think Sioux Falls has been outstanding. The hospitality has been great. This facility is tremendous. I was really happy to see the fans that showed up tonight, and I think this is a great place for events like this for women's basketball, and it's great to see a community support an event like this so well. But I've been extremely impressed.
Question in the front row.
John Adams, Knoxville News Sentinel. Kevin, did I asked Kelsey this, but Tennessee's zone, it seemed like they extended a little more. Did they do anything differently with Kelsey? Because it didn't seem as though she could get very good shots early on.
Yeah, two things. One, I think just in general, their length is a problem. When they're playing Jamie, Nard, and Diamond, and they're just really long. And so I just think in general, their length was problematic. And then the other thing, I thought as the game went on, we kind of got them spread out and drove the ball. We didn't necessarily take a great shot at the end, but also, once again, when we're driving and Mercedes and Bashar are in there, they're longer. They were affecting those shots a little bit more so than what we normally see.
Other questions for Coach? Coach, thank you very much for
Thank
your
you.
time. Ohio State locker room is open for approximately another 15 minutes. Tennessee will be open for about another 20. We're joined on the dais now from the University of Tennessee head coach Holly Warlick, student athletes Bashar Graves, Mercedes Russell, and Taya Cooper. Once again, we'll start with an opening comment from Coach.
Just congratulations to Ohio State with a great season, an unbelievable player in Kelsey Mitchell. She's a special kid, and she played her heart out. So, and congratulations to Syracuse. I feel bad for, obviously, South Carolina, and I just wanted to take this moment to say that Dawn Staley is a class act. When Tennessee was struggling, the first person I heard from was Dawn Staley. So have a tremendous amount of respect for Dawn. She does things right, and they had an unbelievable season. They led the SEC and everything, and they were awesome. So feel bad for them, but just want to congratulate them on a great year. Really proud of our young ladies. We have been a team that has obviously started off on a roller coaster, but I thought tonight we were focused. We stuck to our game plan. They play hard, and I just can't say enough about the whole team, and these three were exceptional tonight. So really, really proud of our team and obviously the result.
We'll take questions for the student athletes, name and affiliation, and we'll get a microphone to you. Let's start in the back left first.
Yeah, Mercedes, Eric Olson with the Associated Press. What was it as easy as it looked for you out there tonight?
No, it honestly wasn't that easy. I think just as a team, us being aggressive really helped us a lot, especially in the first quarter when they started pressing us. Instead of us just bringing the ball up slow, I think us attacking with passes and off the dribble was really great for us.
Question in the front here.
John Adams, Knoxville News Sentinel. Mercedes, you guys struggled earlier in the year, much of the regular season, against zone defenses. You've been improving at that, but it seemed like tonight you guys really peaked. Why were you able to get the ball inside so effectively against their zone?
I honestly just think it starts with ball movement and player movement. Previously in games, I think we were just standing around a lot and not moving the ball as much. And tonight, I think we really moved the ball well and just went inside, outside a lot and really got good looks in the paint.
Let's take a question over here on the right side.
Hi, Lindsay Kramer from the Syracuse, New York Post-Standard newspaper. Mercedes, if you could go back in your memory to the second game of the season, you won by 2 points over SU. It was a long time ago, but just your thoughts and how much you think that applies now, because it has been such a long time since then.
Yeah, well, it does seem like it was forever ago. I think it was early in the season, but I can remember a lot about Syracuse. They're a very solid team that likes to play up-tempo, and they have shooters and then good size inside. And the matchup between us was great because it was a home game for us, but now we're on a neutral court, so I think it's going to be an even better matchup this time.
Question in front here again.
John Adams, Knoxville News Sentinel. Bashar, what happened to your hand? You look as though you hurt it. Trainer was working on it. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, we're gonna continue to look at it, but I think I'll be definitely fine for the next game.
Let's take a question here on this side, left side.
Matt Zimmer, Argus leader. Bashar, you guys, as a 7-seeder, a little bit of a surprise here, but how much do you think you guys are drawing on your past success in the run you're making now in this tournament?
I'm just so proud of this team. I mean, the regular season, I mean, it didn't go as well as we wanted it to go, and this postseason we've been doing awesome. I mean, we're playing together, we're playing up tempo, we're just doing all the right things at the right time, and I mean, it's just amazing to watch and to be a part of, and it's definitely helped us in these last couple of games.
We have a question here in the second row.
Mercedes, you were so aggressive from the beginning against Arizona State, and it seems like you just carried that over. These last 2 games, is there anything in particular? It just seems like with your mindset that aggression and everything has been there?
Not really. I just think that we've seen different defensive sets from teams in the past couple games. So I think that's really opened up a lot in the paint, not just for Bashar and I, but also our guards attacking off a screen or off the dribble. And I just think it's just because of the defensive sets that we have been seeing.
Other questions for the student athletes? Let's take one down here in front.
John Adams, Knoxville News Sentinel. Taya, you really looked as maybe more comfortable than Ohio State did playing the fast-paced tempo that it likes so much. Were you really feeling it out there today in that kind of game?
I like those kind of games. But we just practiced a lot with the press they was going to throw at us, and they really slowed it down some with the zone, so we were just prepared for everything they had to throw at us.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Let's take one back here. We got time for a couple more. Back left.
Mercedes and also Bashar, I mean, you guys were combined, I think, maybe 13 for 13 into the third quarter together combined. I mean, did you realize that you were going that well together?
Well, Mercedes was amazing today. She was just getting after it. I mean, she was just Mercedes Russell,
Bashar played great today. She was crashing the boards on both ends of the floor and just being aggressive on the offensive end. So, yeah.
Anything else for the student athletes? Okay, ladies, thank you very much. Congratulations. We'll see you back here tomorrow. And we'll go ahead and continue with questions for Coach. We'll start right down here in front with John.
John Adams, Knoxville News Sentinel. Holly, you go from 8-8 in the SEC to Elite 8. I mean, everything is just going great now, but are you a little surprised at how this team was able to turn it around this late?
John, I'm not. I just I've said all along this team is special, and they're a great practice team. It just took us a long time to gel. I said earlier, we went through injuries and had new leaders, and it just took us a long to develop. And I think that, especially if you've seen us in the tournament the last, 3 games, we're really playing well together and as a team. And I think at the beginning of the year, you didn't see that. You didn't see that fire that we have and that togetherness. So I think we had it in us. It was just trying to learn more about each other, how to play with each other. So I'm excited that we're peaking right now at this moment.
Let's go here in the second row, closest to the aisle, and then we'll move over.
Holly, we had 2 number 1 seeds go down tonight with Notre Dame and South Carolina losing. I think the first time 2 number 7s have been in the Elite 8 with you guys in Washington. Can you kind of put in perspective what a night like this is, for women's basketball in the Sweet 16?
Well, I think it shows the just where women's basketball is headed. Just the opportunity of kids are getting better. They're starting, obviously, at a younger age. Look, I understand the pressures of Notre Dame and South Carolina. We've been there. You're supposed to win. You weren't supposed to have any challenges. So I get it. And then I understand getting beat by a higher seeded team. I've been there too. I've kind of been through every scenario as a coach there could be as assistant or a head coach. So we talk a lot about this as a new season, and I think that's what our kids focused on. So they asked earlier, these kids come to Tennessee because of our tradition, but they have to make their own legacy. So we talked a lot about not focusing on the past or what's ahead of us in the future. Just stay in this moment. And I think that's what they've done, because we understand the tradition of Tennessee, but it's up to us to carry that on. And I think these young ladies tonight, they've always understood it, but they're doing something about it.
We got a question over here on the right side first.
Hi, Coach. Lindsay Kramer from the Syracuse, New York, Post-Standard. Same question I asked Mercedes a long time ago, but maybe.
Sure.
And then just a blink ago, second game. What do you remember about SC from that game? Can you apply anything from that game to what will be happening on Sunday?
Well, I know we got up ahead of Syracuse. They don't quit. They don't give up. They're a matchup team. That's what they do. I thought they stuck to their game plan today, and that's what they're going to do for us. They're very well coached. They can score from outside. So I'm not surprised. If you're not used to a matchup and that style, it can be difficult. And we try to make our schedule to see different styles and different types of teams, and Syracuse was one of those we wanted to play because of the respect we have for Q and what he does with his program. So I think that we'll go back and study them. We're different, they're different, but you still have the same foundation and what you do. We're more so. Now, this may be the first time in a long time we didn't play one bit of man-to-man, and that's weird for me. I'm a man-to-man defensive coach, but I also want to win the basketball game. So we were not going to be able to stop Kelsey Mitchell man-to-man. So their primary is zone team. We're primary man-to-man team. So I'm sure things are different for him and they're different for us. So I think it's going to be a really great matchup.
We got a question here in the middle, then we'll come over.
Rob Harvey, Daily Beacon. Could you talk about how big of a presence Diamond was, not necessarily on the shooting front, but more of her passing ability, as she had 7 assists tonight?
Yeah, that's a career high for Diamond, 7 assists, and for her, I don't. She was 3 for 14. She's been shooting the ball a whole lot better, but I thought what she did on the defensive end for us and rebounding was huge, and she's a great passer, and I thought she had some really, really solid. She had some shots, and then she kind of gave it up for a pass inside, and I love seeing that. I love her distributing the basketball, and she's a heck of a player, and she's an intelligent player. So I'm sure from those 7 assists, she thought that somebody was a little bit more open than she was and gave them the opportunity to score.
Let's go here, and then John will get to you.
2 questions. One is, are we starting to see the Mercedes Russell maybe that was a little bit delayed by the injuries and the year off and everything? And then also, looking at what South Carolina did well tonight, it was on the interior. And can you guys look to maybe pound the ball inside against Syracuse more effectively?
Right. Yeah, I think Mercedes is. I think you look at her freshman year, and she had bad feet. I mean, they were bad, and I don't think we knew how bad they were until she got there. And then so she had surgery on both of those feet, and she sat out last year. So I think she's becoming into her own self, and I think that she's understanding. She's gotten stronger through being in weights and playing, and she's taken the physical contact so much better. And she wants the basketball. I don't think as a freshman she really wanted the basketball because she didn't want contact. Mercedes Russell wants the basketball. The answer to your second question is we're an inside-out team, and that's what we do. We want to get the ball inside without obviously forcing it and turning it over. Tonight we wanted to get the ball in the paint, and we scored 50 points in the paint, and that is passing it inside, penetrating, and getting shots inside. So, and I hope we're known for being a strong rebounding team, and I thought Mercedes did that as well, and so did Bashar, and we had 53 rebounds. And so when you do that, you get second chance points. So we're gonna try to pound it inside against Syracuse, and I think Syracuse, for the most part, did a great job of limiting South Carolina to get the ball inside. So we're going to have to be really creative and make sure we don't turn over the basketball trying to force it. Don't want to force it, but would love to get it inside.
John?
John Adams, Knoxville News Sentinel. Holly, was this a conventional zone defense you played, or did you tweak it at all to try and slow down Mitchell?
Absolutely. We stretched our defense. We were around her wherever she was. Look, I know we weren't going to limit her points, but we just wanted to contain her. And I thought, normally you'd say 20 points, you're not real happy, but for just allowing Mitchell 20 points, I'm thrilled with it. We did. We extended on her. We wanted to make sure where she was. I thought we gave a lot of open threes that we normally wouldn't because we were very concerned with Kelsey Mitchell. So, yeah, we did tweak it quite a bit because we have that much respect for Mitchell and what she does for Ohio State.
Other questions for Coach? Coach, thank you very
Great.
much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.